America, this is Mark A back in effect. Mark A stay in effect. Mark A will always be in effect.
Life is a bus, so the service a must. They make you turn up your phone before you get off the bus and make you wanna go home, dog. There's nowhere to run, so
What's
you
up,
must
America?
sleep
This is
through
Mark
these
A
zeros
back
to
in
get
effect,
to
stay in
the
effect, and always will be in effect. Yo, today I'm in Houston, Texas, with you know what I told you guys earlier, with the big, incredible DWEBB. DWEBB. You know what I mean? DWEBB, Bear the Beast Movement, 22 push-ups against suicide prevention. You know what I mean? And hey, this is my man. This is my man. Now, yo, good seeing you again, brother. You know what I mean? It's been some years.
Yeah,
You know,
about 20 years.
yo, I'm sitting there sipping on some Red Stripe Jamaican time, Bumble Cloud. You know what I mean? And my man Stella right
Stella
here.
Artois.
Stella Artois. Yo, DWEBB, talk to me, man. Tell me about, first of all, tell me about why you came in the United States Army, man.
Age 18. Wanted to do it all on my own. I never had any aspirations about going in the Army or whatnot, man. And come from very, very humble beginnings. And I tell you, I just want to do it all on my own. Graduated June 6th, 1989. A month later, signed up for the Army, and then I left for the Army and retired 25 years later. Best decision I ever made in my life because I wanted to do it all on my own. I'll tell you, it was hard, it was difficult, but I made it happen, and I did it all on my own. And people don't realize when you have a mindset to do something, you're going to do it. And you got a lot of naysayers, but the only person that shouldn't be saying no is for you, for yourself, for your growth. And I stayed that path. A lot of sacrifice. I know my man Reed can tell you a lot of sacrifices throughout, because we both did 25 years, a quarter of a century.
That's it.
I'm 51 years of age, so I literally spent half my life in the Army.
No, you say like, okay, when you came in and you basically focused and, you know, mindset, right? But you always have to have somebody to help you. You know, like your beautiful wife just walking by here. You always have somebody to support you. You know what I mean? On a serious shit, you always have somebody to support you. Name a few of your mentors that when you came in.
One of my mentors, man, Paul A. Gibson. He was my drill sergeant from when I was first in the Army. Didn't know me from Jack, but we ended up meeting later, about five, 6 years later, man, and we were in the same unit. Both of us section chiefs and whatnot. This is how the Army is. He was a Sergeant E5 back then. Paul A. Gibson set a tone in me as a young Padawan, man, in basic freaking training. And as a drill sergeant, you know, you're the first example, the first initial entry for a civilian to soldier. And this dude from Milwaukee, 6'3", about 235, looked like a gargantuan Hulk, man, chocolate Hulk. Somebody looked like me now, but I was like 140 pounds back then. But this guy ignited a thought process in me like I could do anything. That's why my thought process now is I literally can do anything I set my mind to. That's why I always set my mind in a positive way. Optimistic.
Yeah.
Love that.
That's it. Now, did 25 years, met some great people, great mentors. Now, the transition out, you know what I mean? Because that's the mindset that we are in now. You know, especially me just coming out, like actually officially retiring February 1st, which is like 20 days ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The transition phase of like when you first came out to where you are right now.
Okay, transitioning, left Alaska. My official retirement date is 1 March 2015. So I'm getting ready to hit 7 years of being officially retired from the United States Army. It was difficult because you're always on the go. Just like, you know, and we speak on this all the time, you, myself, Derek, or whatnot, we're always on the go, and transition was very, very hard. A lot of people say, oh, it's easy, this and that. It's not easy because it's here, because you're always on the go and you always in charge, especially at our level.
Yeah.
You know, being in the Senate higher echelon, everybody always asks you, what do I need to do? Call it. And now it's just you. It's like a step down, like, what do I do from here? So the transition level was go to the chirp, brakes on, easy brake on. And you're not clear with that. Like even now to this day, it's been almost 7 years and I stay busy with my Zen, talk to Reed, talk to Derek, talk to all of my brothers, man. And it's still hard, but I'm getting used to it. That's why we communicate all the time about, hey, I'm here. Just let me know when you're on your way. And I'm going to piece that up so we'll be on the same level, because it is hard as you make it. Stay out of your thoughts. And we get in our thoughts a lot because of PTSD, anxiety, all the stuff we've been through. Been through a lot. So the transition is on demilitarization, where you try to take all the military out of it. You can't take 25 years of Army out of you over a course of this many years and that year, this and that. It's a process.
Yes.
So you got to take your time, but enjoy your time that you have after the fact. This second chapter is phenomenal. Not even gonna lie.
Yep. You know, and I was like in a few shows, not a few shows, but a few promos I was doing before, and I was saying that you know, Mark A back in effect, stayed in effect, and always will be in effect. You know, because when you first join the Army, you're basically born again, because you had to understand the rites of passage, you had to understand the lingo, you had to understand the way of life. You know, because once you hit 10 years, that's your way of life.
Yep.
But then all of a sudden, you had 20, 25, 30 years, and then you have to be rebirth, like you're in Pampers again, and you like you're trying to figure out, man, what's my next move? Like nobody's calling me, I'm not in charge of anybody, and then like what am I relevant for? Like, you know what I mean? But I keep saying to them, I keep saying all over and over again, you are relevant. You are relevant to your family. So the sacrifice that you've made for your family for all those years, now it's time to give back and give them the entirely 100% identity.
Yeah.
You know, it's tough. You know what I mean? So talk to the audience about the Better Beast movement, man. When you talk about Derek Brazil, I'm talking about DB. I call him DB. DB squared. You know, D Brazil. I call him.
Yeah, Derek Brazil, man, 6'5". This dude is like walking energy in the frame of a 6'5" individual, man. Not like a superhuman man, just like a gargantuan human man, but full of life, charisma, and everything. They go way back since the desert, like Desert Storm.
Basic training.
Basic training, because they were basic training together.
Yep.
Derek and I met about 30 years ago in Korea, you know, and we always linked up ever since then. And it's crazy how the Army does you, but the energy is what keeps you viable and keeps you connected. Now, and sometimes you have to do people, man. If you don't see yourself growing with people, man, and knowledge is power, like we always talk about, and it's also the supreme being of everything that's understanding. If you don't understand certain things, I always can lean on Reed, I can always lean on Brazil. Brazil just one of those individuals, man, that attract everything and everybody. He started the Big Beast Movement LLC back when he was getting ready to retire. So he hit me up and told me, hey, Big Web, I want you to be a part of this. I think you'll be a right fit. And the Big Beast Movement stands for, our motto is making a difference, making a change. That means on a daily basis. Our color for the LLC is red because we're all artillery, field artillery, the best color.
Red leg.
And thing about it,
red stripe.
Oh, well, you got that red on my Stella. But with that being said, started doing the push-ups July 23rd, 2016, when I got called about doing push-ups for veteran suicide. Today is 2039, but I stopped recording my push-ups at my 1,960th consecutive day. I still do them, I just don't record them all the time. I get on here and talk about positive vibes, energy, the vibration, how Zen works, and being positive. I'm a realist with optimistic traits. Optimism is resiliency. Always hunting for the good stuff.
Yep.
It's what we learn as senior leaders, man, and how soldiers, even to now that we're retired. I've been seasoned a little bit longer in the retirement world, as my beard looks like it's very, very gray.
And you see mine is coming in.
You know, but people still call on me. Yep. And, you know, it's an honor. Like today, I don't want to take this time out to tell you, it's an honor for a man Reed, man, Apex07, to be here in the infamous home gym, my home gym, man, in my garage. Because when he flew in, he said, hey, Big Web, we'll hear this and that. I said, we're going to piece up tomorrow. Rode about an hour, man, to go pick him up, man, bring him right back into my house, man. We broke bread with the family. He met my daughter came and sat on his lap. She's there with him. And seeing kids know energy better than adults sometimes. But he's always been a solid dude with me. And we have something in common, Derek.
Yep.
And that's how we have to calm it up just like that and piece it up and connect it like that, with Derek being the center hold, man, that cloth, that like breath of fresh air. You walk in the room, and you in a crowded room, you need breath of fresh air. Derek's that breath of fresh air, man, to bring all the good energy in and link us back up and stuff. But so paying homage always. Out of 24 hours, paying homage to this man, because out of his 24 hours, he can be anywhere he want to. We decided to chill out with the DWEBB, man, the big guy.
Yep.
And I feel honored, just to let you know.
And I'm honored for coming here, man. You know, again, breaking bread. You know, we're hanging out with the fellas, with my man right here that I haven't seen in so long. You know, we talk all the time, and that's the thing. Just because you are retired and you know your partner's is somewhere else in the world, that doesn't necessarily mean you can't contact them. A phone call away if you're feeling kind of down, because I will tell you, you are not the only one that's in the position or how you feel the way you feel. You know what I mean? You reach out to your brothers, I guarantee you, if you reach out to 10 of your brothers, 5 of them are going to feel the same way you feel. I'm telling you, it's been the transition for me in the last 3 months, just transitioning out. You know, I said to myself, there's three methods. You transition, but you're not really transitioning. You're getting out. Okay. Then once you're out, you go into that phase of like you're on terminal leave that you're really still in. But then the third phase is really not only adapting, but adapting and understanding where you're at. And that's the stage I'm at right now. And I will say that Apex07 is keeping me going. You know, my family's keeping me going. DWEBB, DB Squared, Ward, Sergeant Major Overton, all these guys that I used to be stationed with back in the day that are calling me and telling me like, hey, great job, you know, you did what you needed to do, you know, with me from day one is helping me transition. And this is therapeutic for me, you know what I mean? But being in Texas, in Frisco, I'm chilling. But I'm here with my man. My wife wants to go out to dinner. I'm like, yo, I ain't worried about dinner tonight. You know, it's going to be live after the fact. You feel what I'm saying? But I ain't going out to dinner tonight. I'm hanging with my man DWEBB. So I'll see you later on, all right? You know?
I'm going to tell you, man. Hey, keep it 1,000 always, man. I'm going to tell you. So we don't ever get a chance to do this. So when people say, hey, man, just let me know next time. Hey, man, just let me know next time. We're not part of team coulda, shoulda, woulda. We're part of team, hey, let's get it done. You say what? Say less. I got you.
Yep.
Because I'm going to tell you, it did not take that much time for us to communicate, for me to know, like, when you come out this way. He told me this about a month or so ago. He said, hey, DWEBB, I'm going to be in your area in February. And he told me the dates. I said, just let me know. Say less. So a couple of nights ago, he called, and we were back and forth because I just got back from Charlotte from a flight out there doing something for our LLC, feeding the veterans and stuff, man. A few hundred. Because that's what we do all the time, man. You know, fly out, fly here, and then we meet up. But whenever you are a part of something, you have such a compassion and a passion for life, you want to give back. Because, like I always tell him, I do this every day on my videos. I am very selfish with my time. I am selfish to be selfless later on.
That's it.
You have to be selfish to protect your peace, to speak things into existence. Always live for today, but don't just be existing. Live every day. There's no such thing as YOLO. You live every day, you die once. So I celebrate life every day, celebrate brothers like this every day, and I get a chance to, ain't no way I'm gonna let him be right up here in Houston. I'm not gonna drive to get him and bring him back to my humble abode. There's no freaking way. Because on top of that, it would be just like an excuse. Darrell Webster does not do excuses. You know, I'm all about results and actions on, and it's too much here. The energy is what it is, man. And I just want to continue to convey that message to everyone out there. And I know he's going to do more than that with Apex07. And I'm looking forward to being on there. I'm looking forward to everything that this brother right here has to do, because it can't be done but great. That's all we got to look forward to. This chapter right here that you just got part of, this is the best chapter, man.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Trust me. You know, everybody know who I am. I'm looking forward to it. And if I'm really the energy, you know, I get the energy off of you. You know what I mean? It comes off. You know, as far as like for instance being a first sergeant, like it meant plenty of times. You've been in the Army 20 years. You're first sergeant, and you know these days like it's cold, it's hell out there. Like -10 and 4 sit with the windshield factor, and you're like, God damn, I gotta get up and go put on this PT uniform and run. But then you go in formation and you hold formation, and you may walking down the line, and then you got that one soldier it's just false motivation, but that shit helps you motivate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it gets you. Oh, this motherfucker. I'm gonna get into this shit now. Like or we running. All right, let's do this. It's the thing. Like, and I say that all the time. You need somebody. You know what I mean? We have each other. We have a lot of other brothers out there.
Yep.
And the veterans, they're veterans now, and we also have people that are getting ready to transition out. You know what I mean? If you're getting ready to transition out, trust me when I tell you this. Hit the Better Beast movement. It's online, it's on Facebook. Hit DWEBB, hit Derek Brazil, hit me up. I'm just transitioning out, but I'm still gaining the knowledge from these guys. So, and if you're going to go through that phase, it's not the last resort to basically go do something stupid. The resort is look out and reach out to somebody. We're here, you know what I mean?
All day, every day, man.
All day, every day.
I'm not to cut you off. I always say that's even why I say that I'm available but never convenient. And I know he's the same way. Our time is valuable.
Yep.
So we don't waste it. So if you need help, man, get help. If you want to talk. I'm a communicator. We're both first on, man. We did this. We've been there. He talking about -10, this and that. Try -22 degrees in Alaska. And you still getting out there. So when he said that, I felt that soldiers need to have that example to say, man, is it cold? Oh, man, first on out here, I'm in it. And then motivates you. Because after you start running a couple of miles, you run a couple of feet, you're going to warm up.
Yep.
That's how it is with energy, man. With iron sharpens iron, energy matches energy, man. And the vibration. This is music. This is music. I'm going to tell you, it's natural.
Yep.
You don't have to do too much.
Nope.
The people try to do too much, man, and get in a negative mode. I don't do negativity, just to let you know, though. Just seriously, I don't do negativity.
That's no more way near in my mind frame of mind anymore from February 1st. I was praying February hit. Praying for February 1st hit, and the negative energy is gone. Army can't call me back.
What's your Zen? How do you practice when you're Zen?
Not yet.
Apex07 is your Zen.
Apex07
is your Zen.
Apex07.
So, like me, my Zen, I'm going to show you something real quick. I've been working on this for like a month. Don't go nowhere.
I want to get another drink.
So, I made this. This is, let you see how big this is. I wood burn this. This is 4 foot tall. And it's 2 feet wide. I did this because it's a collage of my life. Wood burning, I'm going to bring it up here like that so you can see the detail in it. A lot of detail.
Yep.
A lot of detail.
New York City.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Statue of Liberty. Airborne.
Yeah.
The Better Beast movement. Chess.
You see that geometry down there?
Yep. And then you got, you know the geometry. You know that. I ain't got to express that.
I wanted to share that with you guys, man.
But then that's what he's talking about, with Zen. My Zen is Apex07, which he's absolutely right. I'm on the phone. We're still coming out with a bunch of stuff, and with my team members and everything else. So it's gonna come out soon. That's his Zen. His Zen is wood carving and wood burning.
And then my sketches and
the sketch pad. And also hitting the gym.
I have a robust home gym. Made it a few years ago, way before COVID. So that's why I tell people, man, how'd you get all this equipment? Way before COVID, man. Everything I need, I don't leave it. If I have stuff in my mind, like I was telling Reed earlier, man, there's some nights I can't sleep. I have a bad case of insomnia. I will come in here. I am calm as they are, man, and I take everything out in here. That's what it's all about.
Let's show the people what we got going on here. Let's show the people what we got going on here.
So over here you got the heavy bag, you got the preacher curl bench, you got your weights back there, your dumbbells, got your medicine ball right there, you got a kettlebell. Then you have the monster over here. This right here is cables upon cables. This right here is your functional trainer, full functional trainer. You have your full cage. Then you have all your weights on here and every attachment you need for everything over here. Viking press. You have your bar over here, and then your ab slings. Everything you want to have. Then back here, you have a rower.
We got the rower, baby.
Your rower. Then over here, you have, on the side right here, you have the sissy squat. If I'm not using it, I put it up. This is how I did my home gym to maintain with me. There's some more equipment coming. that's not here yet. But I'm gonna tell you, it's a wonderful thing to be able to come in here and just get it done.
That's right. So this is his office, as everybody can see. This is his office.
Yeah, got my working tools over
working
here.
tools, over
Everything
here.
over here is what I do. It's what I do. I made that a few years ago to put my tools up, wood burning stuff, man. So I stay busy. I stay busy. I need to clean up a little bit, but neither here nor there. It's lived and it's worked in.
You know, and that's what it's about. You know, doing something that is basically going to help you relax and get everything else together. You know what I mean? Your time to rest and relaxation. Your time for work, and your time for refreshment. You know, and that's what it's about. You know, anything else that you got to say? Oh, perfect question. The transition of when you got out, your wife, like, how did she react to certain, like, say, the things that you left behind, as far as like maybe conditions, as far as like say PTSD and things like that? How was she able to help you?
Well, my wife, she's former military too. She's former Army also, and she's been there, man. It's a lot to take on when people have never been around it and exposed to certain things. She knows I transitioned with a lot, so it's, I'm gonna take it back before I transition. So it's 2 years prior to me retiring. When I made the decision to retire, my mother passed while I was in Afghanistan on my 7th combat tour.
And that's why I asked that question.
So it meant a lot to me retiring, but the thing that meant the most to me is understanding I have to move forward, and I just missed my first love, my mom. My everything, it's coming up on 10 years this April that she left this earth, and I gained an angel. That's why I gotta look at it. So everything that she put in me, I utilize now as an adult. That makes me feel a whole lot better about things, the decisions. It's a process, and the transition is crazy sometimes, man. I think about what my mom say, and like, okay, I got it. But it makes me feel good now because 2012, sitting in Afghanistan and talking to my wife and hearing her say that your mom passed and she's already snotting and crying and whatnot, and it's just I'm overcome with a lot of emotions, but I've been well for it, and I tell you now, I know I'm blessed 10 times over to have my brother here, and it's hard some days, but that's why I have brothers like this I can talk to and communicate with. And one thing I have learned about this side of the transition, we hold a lot of things in as leaders. We hold a lot of emotions as leaders, man. We almost implode sometimes. We hold so much stuff in. Pressure bust pipes. Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you, it's just crazy sometimes that people don't realize that all the stuff you go through, you've got to have some time to yourself to relax and recover. So I tell you, to anyone out there that's going through stuff, man, reach out. Don't ever think you're alone, because there's too many people that occupy this world, this earth. Just continue being a decent human, man, and be around decent humans. Being decent costs us nothing. And I treat people how I want to be treated. I don't know anyone, and I mean anyone out there that wants to be treated like crap. I do not know. And I've been around some crappy people, but I'm saying I don't exist around crappy people. I am here with the embodiment of what brotherhood is like, man. And it's amazing.
And that's something crazy because, like, when I was in, I used to hate when, like, my battle buddies would go, "Oh, that soldier's a piece of shit." I'm like, piece of shit? No, man. It's your leadership is a piece of shit. Because if that soldier's a piece of shit, then you lack leadership.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Nobody's a piece of shit. Everybody's worth something. It may not be the Army, but it might be something that you can do that's within the Army too, like admin or something like that. But the thing about it, and this is something I realized that me transitioning out, and I sit back and I reflect on the last year or so. You have to give the soldier an opportunity you have to listen to the soldier, what the soldier likes. You know what I mean? Because he or she may not like the Army, but there is a possibility that he or she might be effective some parts of the Army in some way, shape, or form. Everybody has some sort of relevance. I'm gonna tell you a story. Back in 1994, the beginning of 1994, I was like, when I was in the Army the first 4 years, I was acting a fool. I was fighting all the time and everything else. Bowman's will tell you. And this dude, Sergeant Major Lampkins, he retired Sergeant Major Lampkins. he helped me go through the transition. As far as like, hey man, you stay out of the club, Checkpoint in Bamberg, the Nilly Club in Bamberg. I used to be thumping there all the time, and I used to always get in trouble. Every time there was a flipping blotter, I used to go up to the battalion command sergeant major's office, and it wasn't me. It wasn't me, right? And Lampkins was an E5 at the time and said, hey, sir, I think I can help this guy stay out of trouble. He wants to play ball. Just let him play ball, right? Just let him play ball. The battalion commander allowed me just to play ball and play for a Bamberg ITT team, which is can't even say it's a semi-pro team. But the whole year, for the whole 6 to 8 months, all I was doing was playing ball. I kept out of trouble. I never got in trouble. I went to formation. I went to practice. I did a little, work around the battery area, like in the training room, but that was it. I stayed out of trouble. That was basically, was I a piece of shit? But I was fighting all the time? No, I wasn't. I wasn't relevant at the time for the Army, but when I came out, I did what I needed to do. And what happened was, it gave me a good feeling for me to go back in. Okay, and that's what made me say, okay, I was mature, came back in, and then from 2000, started as E2 again, and today, 21 straight years later, retired as a master sergeant. But I was a piece of shit compared to other people back in the day.
And the reason I'm glad you shared that story, because people will look at you and they walks of life, don't even know anything about you, the walks of life you come from, don't know the struggles of you coming up in a single parent home, man, but they think you come from a broken home, and I say it's not broken. Broken is a mentality. My mentalities haven't been broken. And we share a lot of similarities and stuff, man. And the Army is a tool. You have to utilize it. You either sharpen it or you get stabbed by it. You know what I'm saying? You got to utilize it. And all your power is right here. So when I tell people, I'm an avid chess player. That's why I have part of chess in there. Because in life is a chessboard. And you are a chess piece in life if you just don't realize it. It just depends on what you are, how you see yourself. Everybody starts as a pawn. It's just a game, but it's actually a game of life. You either rook, you're building up. You either a bishop, you're marshaling everything and stuff. Then, you're over here doing what you got to do as a knight. Going in your areas. Then, like the queen moves around the most maneuverable ports, but it's over when the king is now. We're producers. We're providers. We're the kings. Not just field artillery, but we are the kings. That's how chess is done. Just like life. You have to know your role, man, to move forward in life. Don't let anybody set their limits on you. Don't look at people, I'm living vicariously through you. No, don't do that. Live your life. You don't have to live vicariously through anybody, man. I love the fact when he travels, I travel, we meet up, we take pictures, we do all that stuff, man, but we're living our life, man, our best life, and enjoying life every freaking day.
Absolutely. Now. You know what I mean? Absolutely. You know what I mean?
But I told you when Derek and I, when we heard he was retiring, I said, yes. It's about time, because he was coming for Korea, and I forgot Derek and I was somewhere, man. He said, hey, man, Reed retiring. I said, my dude. I said, about time.
Yeah.
So he can come to the side and enjoy a little bit more, because people don't understand. I think some people, and we talked about this earlier days, some people are weary of retiring. Retirement is going to happen. We just did it at an early age, and it makes you feel good in a grand way, because we did it as 1%. It's 1% of the United States Army, the nation that joined the United States Army, that joined the U.S. military. 1%. Think about that now. These billions of people we have in the world, 1%. So I think that's an honor. So I'm honored to know you.
Man, and you know what the whole thing about it? We both from NY. We both from NY. He's from Queens. I'm from the Bronx. I'm called the Queens, and I'm from the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? So it's so beautiful. It's so funny, man. It's beautiful, man. Because they say like family. We talk about family. We talk about intermediate family. We talk about outside family. Like as far as not like your family, your wife, kids. Your mother, dad. But then you talk about like cousins and aunts and stuff like that, right? Dude, the thing about it is like when you come into the United States Army, and this is for like people that are thinking about coming in, you're gonna have that family, but from your mom and dad, but you gotta fly away from the nest, and you gotta create your own nest, right? In the United States military, when the commodity and the group of people that you have with you, and did the hard stuff with you, those are the ones you're gonna appreciate the more, and they become your family.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, DWEBB is my family. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So, but and I'll tell you this: if like say for instance something happened to me, God forbid, I know DB, DWEBB, all those guys are gonna look after my wife and and talk to my kids, make sure they straight. That's what you call brotherhood.
Yeah.
You know, not saying like, yeah, we gonna sit here drink together,
Yeah.
blah blah blah, and something happens, and oh yeah, we gonna come to the funeral, or they're gonna come by and visit. They gonna make sure that my family's straight, and that's what's important. That's the brotherhood that nobody realizes, or sister, that nobody realizes.
They really don't. I'm glad. I'm gonna caveat off of this, what he said, because I was just talking about this about DNA. DNA only merits who you are related to. Doesn't make you family. That means that's a relative, and you share the same bloodline.
Yep.
You know, we're family because the energy, the vibe, the likeness, the mindsets. Now, do we have to think alike all the time? This and that? No, that's boring. I'm not a boring person. Mediocrity does not exist between the two of us. So on top of that, you knowing that this person has your back all the way through in the same head, it makes you feel good, man. That's family, man. Knowing that, I just gotta say, hey, man, this is what I need. Hey, say less. DB, Derek, he always says that. If you need something, hey, say less.
That's it.
You know, and he makes things happen and stuff, man. And like I said, honored.
Yep.
Honored all day long, man.
You know what I mean? And again, you know, we about to call it because we about to get fucked up a little bit more. You know, but. Yo, good seeing DWEBB. You're gonna see him more often in the show, coming up in the show every once in a while. You know what I mean? Again, Bear the Beast movement, 22 push-ups against suicide prevention. You know, every day, 5-6 years he's been going on it, and he's still going on it strong. You know, he did more push-ups in the last 5 years than he did in 25. I'm joking.
Hey, might be close. Might be close.
Right. But again. Hey, this is the Apex07 show. I'm your host, Mark A. Back in effect. Stay in effect. Will always be in effect. Hey, we're gonna keep it going. You know, this is DWEBB. We're gonna continue moving on. Again, I told you he's gonna be back on a couple of shows later on. You're always gonna see him around. And again, if you need any help, Bear the Beast movement, contact DWEBB, Derek Brazil. They got you. If you transition out, these are the guys to contact, the subject matter experts. You know, continue pushing through. Just contact them. They're on Facebook. You know, Google them or Google me, and I'll get to them. You know, just make it happen. All right. Apex07 show. See you soon.
And then 9 weeks later, the basic shit done. And then 5 weeks later, I'm in unit 1 like you son of a what? This body boy done earned him a gun. Make you think about home and who I lost they life to a gun. Shit.